With the invention of the telephone, we've been given the privilege of being able to communicate with each other worldwide almost instantaneously. Sometimes we get calls that fill us with joy, other times panic and fear. In this video, we take a look at some mysterious phone calls linked to unsolved cases which were released by the police in order to try and obtain more information. Number 5. Amber Tucaro's final phone call. Amber Tucaro was a 20-year-old young mother from Alberta, Canada. She disappeared on August 18, 2010. At the time of her disappearance, she was traveling with her 1-year-old son and her female friend. She was in Nisku, Alberta, and was planning on traveling to Edmonton. They decided to stay in a hotel in Nisku overnight and continue with their journey in the morning. During the night, Amber decided to leave her son and friend in the hotel while she hitchhiked for the rest of the journey. Amber never contacted her friend, nor did she return to the hotel. Her friend contacted Amber's mother, who contacted the authorities. The authorities found out that Amber had called her brother, who was in prison, during the hitchhike ride. The phone call was recorded as it was a prison call. The entire call was 17 minutes long, but the authorities only released a minute's worth to the public.
Where are we by?
We're just heading south of Beaumont, or north of Beaumont.
We're heading north of Beaumont. No, where are we going? No, this is... Are you fucking kidding me? You better not take me anywhere I don't want to go. I want to go into the city. Jeez. Yo, we're not going in the city, are we? No, we're not. Yes. Then where the fuck are these roads going to?
50th Street.
50th Street. Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Yo, where are we going?
50th Street.
50th Street?
50th Street.
East, right?
East.
Over town.
Bravo.
Bravo.
In 2012, Amber's remains were found by horseback riders, and the case has since become cold. After authorities released the phone call, several people came forward and identified the man's voice. However, after following up on the leads, the police didn't find any new information. The case still remains unsolved today. Number 4. Henry McCabe's last message. On the 7th of September 2015 in Mounds View, Minnesota at about 2:30 AM, Henry McCabe left a worrying voicemail on his wife's phone. There is barely any talking in the voicemail, and it only contains strange groans and moans followed by a voice saying, "Stop it." A few hours after the voicemail was sent, 32-year-old Henry McCabe was reported as missing. He was last seen at a holiday gas station. He was dropped off there by a friend after returning from a club. His friend confiscated Henry's wallet to stop him from buying more alcohol. Henry's body turned up 6 miles away from the gas station in the Rush River. Despite the voicemail, the police concluded that there was no signs of foul play. The autopsy has showed that he drowned. His death still remains mysterious, and some have alluded to a possible paranormal solution due to the strange voicemail. Number 3. Kuykendall family stalking. During the summer of 2007, the Kuykendall family of Fircrest, Washington started to experience a living nightmare. The family's cell phone started acting up, sending text messages to their friends randomly. After this, members of the family started receiving threatening phone calls in the middle of the night which claimed they were going to kill their family along with their pets.
Get the out. We kill people at Curtis when you least expect. All your stupid friends.
That's all me shooting at Curtis and earlier today. So don't send your kid to be pissed. So, kid, I know where you are. I know where you live. I'm gonna kill Ike in Tempe.
After this, the family started receiving voicemails of previous conversations they had earlier on in the day. It was found out that a hacker had gotten access into the family's cell phones and had been tracking their every move. They had even started to receive calls explaining to them what they were wearing at that specific moment. The family claimed people turned up at their house at nighttime and banged on their walls and screamed outside. They've called the police, but they were unable to catch the culprits, and after an investigation, the police found no leads. The family have offered a $1,000 reward to anyone who can recognize the stalker's voice. Number 2. The original Night Stalker's voicemail. The original Night Stalker, also known as the East Area Rapist and the Golden State Killer, committed 50 rapes in Northern California during the 1970s. He also killed 12 people in Southern California from 1979 to 1986. He has never been caught, and his last crime took place in 1986. The police received this voicemail, which was left on one of his victims' answer machines. In 2016, the FBI and California law enforcement agencies held a press conference in which they announced a nationwide effort for his capture. They offered $50,000 as a reward and also planned to place electronic billboards across the United States with information relating to the killer. Number 1. Ruth Price Final 911 Call. This phone call was made to the police in 1988 by an elderly woman called Ruth Price. Ruth was a frequent caller and would always claim someone was terrorizing her. After the police made several trips to her house, only to find nothing, they labeled her as a paranoid elderly lady. Her last phone call to the police was recorded. In it, you can hear her struggle against her murderer, who still remains on the loose.
What's the problem, ma'am? Oh, there's some guy been checking the place out. How? Well, he went in the back. I have an apartment in the back, and he said he was looking for a guy, and he comes to my door. Yes. And said he's looking for an apartment. So I live alone, and I'm an old lady. Mm-hmm. Where is he now, ma'am? I don't have no idea.
The recording is used in the United States as a training exercise for police dispatchers. It's used as an example of why it's so critical to ask for the caller's address before anything else. As a result of similar incidents, it's been policy across various police departments to state 911, what's your location, before asking anything else. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, I'll see you then. Goodbye.